Let's continue with our reaction, bringing now the spokesperson of the MK party, Nhlamulo Ndlela, who joins us via our video link for his reaction to this. Nhlamulo, great to have you on the program as always. Thanks very much indeed for making time. You know, in a statement released by the IEC, part of what they really try to emphasize is that they're just seeking clarity around the Electoral Court's decision. And I wonder to what extent the the MK party would also want that clarity.
No, I think what's baffling, good morning to your viewers. I think what's baffling to us is, you know, what is the IEC opposing here? That's the question we ought to be asking ourselves, because they don't understand the reasons, they don't know the reasons. What is the basis of their, them taking this to Constitutional Court? As far as we're concerned, this is clear overreaching by the IEC. And like we've always said, it's a clear desperation act. Why would they go to the extent of wanting to further this case and this matter when it's actually the actual objector who ought to be taking this matter further? It's not the IEC's role. What have they got to lose? Why are they so adamant that this matter must continue? The IEC, as far as we're concerned, continues to act in a way that is very concerning, and it's bringing about a lot of questions about their independence and in terms of what exactly their role is here. Are they now becoming a player in this political landscape?
Well, in fact, in the statement, it's interesting you say that they explicitly, in fact, mention that this is not them trying to enter the political space. I'll try to find the sentence for you and read it verbatim. The Commission wishes to emphasize that the appeal is not intended to involve itself in the political field of play. It's rather to ensure free and fair elections by ensuring that the applicable constitutional provisions relating to the elections are clearly understood. So let me ask this question then, Nhlamulo. Do you have the reasons around the constitutional or the Electoral Court order that was delivered a few days ago?
No, no one has. I mean,
and this is the point, right?
And a judgment.
Right, exactly. And this is the point that the IEC, I suppose, is trying to make. Hence my first question around the need for clarity, the reasons behind the order.
But that's the point. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We need to differentiate between an order and a judgment. A judgment will give the reasons. Now, for them to go and appeal without us, neither of us, either themselves or ourselves, having received the judgment, meaning the reasons, what exactly are they appealing? What is this motion to appeal for? What is it? What are they basing it on? Before, I mean, they're effectively, again, putting the cart before the horse.
I don't understand what you mean by that. Just explain for us.
No, I'm saying there's a difference between an order and a judgment.
Right.
We haven't received a judgment. Are you understanding that one?
Yep.
A judgment gives reasons. We haven't received the reasons. So why are you appealing without having any reasons as to what it is you're appealing? What are you appealing? You can't just institute a motion to appeal when you don't understand what the reasons of what you're going to appeal are.
I think you and the IEC actually have more points of agreement than disagreement, because that's exactly part of the point that the IEC is making. Because there is a vacuum insofar as the reasons are concerned, they're asking the Constitutional Court to settle the uncertainty created by that vacuum by hearing this matter and issuing a final statement about it, because it has such a bearing not only on this election, they say, but also on future elections to be held.
No, but that's I mean, look, the mere fact that they're taking it to the Constitutional Court in the first place. Remember, when you submit a motion of notice to appeal, it is the Chief Justice, and it seems like it's on an urgent basis. It is the Chief Justice that ought to make that decision. So effectively, what they're asking is the Chief Justice and the Constitutional Court to stop its work, use taxpayers' money to look at this matter urgently, and for what basis anyway? That's another question. But remember, the mere fact that they put in the Constitutional Court in this position, in of itself, this is becoming a constitutional crisis. Why? Because this is the same constitution that presided over the matter of sentencing President Zuma in the first place. So Judge Zondo in himself finds himself conflicted. There's no doubt about that. He's conflicted in this matter. And the IEC now, by virtue of them bringing this case, further makes this whole process a constitutional crisis.
Sure.
But again, we're asking ourselves, why are they so desperate to even take this matter any further. IEC has got nothing to lose here. The actual objector, in the form of the doctor himself, should be the one that advances this matter, because he would be the aggrieved party here. IEC is not the aggrieved party. They're not the aggrieved party. They just upheld an objection. They never brought about an objection.
All right, let me come in there, Nhlamulo, because there's a lot that's being said, and I think we need to be fair in the information we send out to the public. We know, because of how the Constitutional Court works, that the Chief Justice does not make unilateral decisions in any of the rulings they make. There are a number of justices on the bench, and that's why we often speak of a majority judgment and a minority judgment. That's what came out even when the former president was sentenced. The second point to be made here is that, are you then saying that just because the Constitutional Court made a finding in relation to the former president, they should never make any other future findings in relation to President Zuma because of that?
No. I'm saying the Chief Justice then, the Chief Justice that we have right now in the form of Justice Raymond Zondo. Remember, it is President Zuma at the time that said that he felt Chief Justice Zondo ought to not preside over his matter. I'm talking state capture now. And he requested that the Chief Justice at this point recuse himself. And that's where the contempt of court came in, when President Zuma then didn't appear before that court and before Chief Justice. And I'm saying, now, we find ourselves, interestingly enough, that now President Zuma's matter, off the back of that incident and the outcomes of that process, now, is faced again with Chief Justice Zondo having to preside over this matter that's been brought by the Constitutional Court, by the IEC to the Constitutional Court. That's what I'm raising here.
But,
So we need not forget that by virtue of that, then Chief Justice is conflicted, first and foremost. But I'm saying, going back, what is the interest of the IEC here for them to be bringing this matter, because they're not objector? The person that brought this objection is the doctor. The person that ought to be aggrieved about the upholding of the appeal by the IEC, by the Electoral Court, is the doctor, not the IEC. So why are they taking this any further, is what we're asking ourselves. They're starting to enter the political fray here. They're starting to enter the political landscape.
All right, we'll speak about that in just a moment.
Over and above the fact that, by the way,
apologies there. I just wanted to address part of what you've just mentioned. When it comes to the Chief Justice being conflicted, as you put it, there are two things to say just at the back of that. One, the matter's not heard yet, right? So we don't even know how the Constitutional Court will go about this. For all we know, the Chief Justice could recuse himself if there is a perceived conflict, right? So I think it's worth, I suppose, perhaps getting to a point where the matter is heard first before there are accusations being made about people who are being conflicted being involved in this. When it comes to the IEC entering the political fray, part of what they're mentioning in the statement that I've referred to is that they have an interest in ensuring that these elections are free and fair. And that also involves safeguarding the integrity of the results. Because there has been no certainty around the reasons from the Electoral Court, the IEC is saying their mandate, which is to deliver a free and fair election, may hang in the balance. I wonder what your response to that is.
No, I think, you need to also apply what you're saying, apply the same, notion and views to the IEC. You state that we shouldn't preempt whether Judge Zondo will preside over this matter or not. I hear you. We'll still hear from them. But the same with the IEC. They ought to first wait for the reasons before they then appeal or apply, institute a motion to appeal. That's what I'm saying. So why are you not referring to that? I mean, I think you, to be honest, I think you're also taking the IEC's position side here. You should be asking yourself the following question. IEC, if you're saying that you're going to appeal the outcomes of the Electoral Court, on what basis, what reasons are you appealing? That's the question we should be asking.
All right,
but I don't hear you raising that or asking that.
I can guarantee that that's the question I can pose to the IEC, but I didn't pose the question to you because last I checked, Nhlamulo, you don't represent the IEC. But if you stick around to the SABC News channel, as soon as they get...
You don't represent the IEC.
I don't, but...
you seem to be representing the IEC right now.
All I do is ask the questions.
You're representing the IEC. No, you're representing the IEC because you're not raising the question of what could be my views as to why is the IEC appealing this matter. You're not raising that. I'm saying to you that why is the IEC appealing a matter without a judgment? What reasons? On the basis of what? Shouldn't they be waiting for the actual judgment first and then make a determination as to whether they want to appeal the matter or not? Why are they appealing this matter when they're not even the objector is what I'm raising here?
All right, Nhlamulo, I wouldn't ask a question.
Before the horse?
I wouldn't ask a question that you've already answered. From where I'm standing, you've already explained why you think the IEC is appealing this. Hence, that question wasn't posed. But I am pressed for time, and I'm going to have to leave it there. Nhlamulo Ndlela, thanks for speaking to us. He, of course, is the spokesperson of the MK Party.